The Charity of the Week, brought to you by Kell Properties.
Our charity of the week this week is the Isle of Man Anti-Cancer Association, and we've been hearing from Sandy Denning all about the charity itself, some of the background, the history of it. And Sandy, although you're here representing, you have a fabulous team of people and volunteers that make all of this possible, don't you? Because it is a huge topic, cancer, isn't it?
It's a very scary topic too, and all our ladies are so good at getting the message across and getting the support we need. We're so grateful to them. We really are. That they are amazing, and I would think in 2025 they've probably raised over £40,000 between them, which is incredible.
Wow, that's an extraordinary amount of money. And just remind people where that money goes.
The money that we raise at Isle of Man Anti-Cancer predominantly goes to fund research. So we work with various organisations in the UK, such as Breast Cancer Now, Clatterbridge, Christie's, Liverpool Uni, Bowel Cancer UK, Orchid, just to name a few, who do research into the different tumour types. Now, we know that the majority of Isle of Man residents have to go off island for treatment. So we like also to support that with money going to Clatterbridge and Christie's, and of course Alder Hey as well. At Alder Hey last year, well, for a few years now actually, we have funded a project called Music Matters, which is the most amazing thing that Malcolm and I have witnessed when we've been over there to visit them. So the lovely children who are on the oncology ward, you know, it's a daunting process for them having to have treatment. They're away from their families, sometimes for weeks and months on end. They don't know what the heck is happening to them. They engaged two amazing musicians from the Liverpool Philharmonic who come in with various instruments, and they'll, even if the child doesn't want to learn to play an instrument, they can just have a bash on a drum or the cymbals or whatever they are interested in, and they will sit with them for an hour or so, once or twice a week, and it really does boost their confidence. It's an interest that's not related to their cancer treatment. They can sort of escape for an hour. And the joy, I mean, we were at the door standing watching as the two musicians walked in, and the child's face just lit up. We were in tears, honestly. The child was so emotional and happy to see that person, and they were just, they just delved right into banging their drum or whatever whatever instrument they were doing. So it was incredible. It's very, very therapeutic, I would say.
Well, that's the thing, because healing at the end of the day, it's not just about medical healing. It's not just about drugs. It's also about all of the other elements that can make you feel better.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Music can do so much. I remember when I was going through my treatment, as you know, I'm a U2 fan. I would, after my night of treatment, I would be there with my headphones in listening to music all night because I couldn't sleep. So music is such an escape. It really is. It gets you through a lot of things. It really does.
And obviously we know about the research is obviously the sort of crucial thing here, and we know that there's been some incredible developments over the years, and cancer is not what it used to be. People just immediately used to hear the C word and think it was a death sentence, didn't they? And it's just not like that anymore.
No, it's changed a lot even since I was treated back in 1996. If anything good can come out of COVID, the vaccine has been an amazing development for cancer treatments, and they're hoping that in years to come, it will be able to be used for all different tumour types. So it's very, very successful for head and neck at the moment, and it's being introduced into other tumours. So fingers crossed that will be, a great success for the future. And also, but immunotherapy is also becoming an alternative to chemotherapy. Chemotherapy can be so damaging to the good cells as well as getting rid of the bad cells. But immunotherapy is a more targeted approach. It can have its own side effects, but ultimately the outcomes are much better with immunotherapy. So yes, things have changed quite a lot. And also with screening, Malcolm and I are very hopeful that in a few years down the line, we will be able to have a blood test at the GP surgery, and that can test for different markers for different tumour types. So less invasive, a more accurate screening tool, and, we hope that will be in our lifetime.
That'd be amazing. So this is something that's in development at the moment,
yes,
is it?
Yes, very much so, yeah.
Yeah, because, to be fair, on the Isle of Man, we do have really good facilities here, don't we?
We are very lucky with screening, actually. We've got 3 major screening types over here for bowel, breast, and of course cervical. And all I would say is that I urge people to make use of these screening tools. If we want to get more screening tools available on the island when they become available in the UK, we need to be using the ones we've already got on the island. So if you get invited or you get your little kit through the post for your bowel screening, do it. It's not an arduous task. It's simple. It's easy to do. Just do it.
And it's your future and your health.
Absolutely.
So it's a no-brainer, really. And you mentioned cervical cancer. This is Cervical Cancer Prevention Week, which is one of the reasons why we thought we would talk to you, because it's one of those as well. Women really need to go and get themselves checked. And, sometimes, again, we can be a little bit nervous of this, but there's no reason to be nervous, is there?
There's no need to be nervous at all. I mean, Cervical Health Awareness Month is for the entire month of January, actually. But yes, as you said, week commencing the 19th will be cervical cancer prevention. So what can we do to prevent cervical cancer? We can attend screening when invited. This is a free health test available on the NHS that checks the health of the cervix. So a sample is taken which is tested for high-risk HPV types, and they can be the main cause of cervical cancer. So it's offered to women and people with the cervix aged 25 to 64, and they'll get invited every 5 years. And interestingly, Cancer Research UK has reported that cervical screening is estimated to save 5,000 lives every year in the UK. So it's a no-brainer. Go and, get your invite through the post and make that appointment.
And I have to give a shout out here. Your Staywell Clinic is wonderful, isn't it?
It is wonderful. I've got some amazing staff. The receptionists are amazing. Our nurses are very qualified and also very kind, considerate. If you're scared about your appointment, they will put you at ease in an instant. I went up there. I mean, I know the ladies, and I went up there. I didn't feel embarrassed at all, honestly. They are so good.
And there is also a vaccination that's available as well, isn't there?
There is. Please make sure your child has the HPV vaccine when offered. The vaccine protects against the types of HPV that are most likely to cause cancer. So it's routinely offered in schools to 12 to 13-year-olds, which is year 8, I believe. And it's available for free at the GP surgery until you are 25, for those who missed it at school. Cervical cancer, I believe, will be the first cancer to be eradicated. If everybody attends their screening, if everybody gets their vaccination, if they're aware of the signs and symptoms, it will be the first one to be eradicated. Of that, I am sure.
So what sort of symptoms should we be looking out for?
Yes, another thing, if you want to prevent your cervical cancer, awareness of symptoms. So while early stage cervical cancer has no symptoms, it is vital to contact your GP if you experience any unusual vaginal bleeding, pain during or after sex, or any persistent pelvic pain. Anything that doesn't feel right for you, basically, go and see your GP. And don't worry if you can't get in immediately. Please be persistent, and you know your body better than anybody else. So if it's not right for you, please go.
And of course, with Staywell, one of the great things about it, if you're busy during the day, whether you're working or you're looking after the kids or whatever, there are evening appointments available.
Absolutely. I mean, even when this service was introduced back in 1964, and ever since then, it has always been a clinic after hours run by an all-female staff. What more can I say, really? It's just so convenient for working mums and other people that can't get there during the day. It's easy to park up at the hospital. If you need a chaperone, chaperones are there available as well. So, yes, it's just an easier way than trying to get into GP surgery sometimes during the day, I think.
Well, as we've been talking about, obviously we were talking this week and this month, particularly about cervical health awareness and prevention of cervical cancers. But as we said, with Isle of Man Anti-Cancer, it is a vast topic. There's lots of different types of cancers, but you all as a charity provide such brilliant support. And as we said, there's good facilities here on the Isle of Man. So if someone's listening, they are conscious of something that's not right with themselves, or they want to talk to someone, or they've been through treatment and they just feel like they need some support, what should they do, Sandy?
It depends what you want, really. I mean, there are support groups on the island for different types of cancer. We're not a support group as such, but all I would say is that I've been through it, and I'm happy to talk to anybody about the experience. But now we've got that wonderful new centre up at the hospital. Use it. If you're worried about something, go and see Macmillan in there, see the ladies in there, and chat it through with somebody. Don't not talk about it. I think that's the worst thing you can do. And yes, it's a scary topic, but I think you do feel better if you've shared some of your concerns with somebody else, I would say.
So true.
Yeah.
And if you're listening to this and you're thinking, I want to help raise money for this fabulous charity for what they do, how do people do that, Sandy?
Just call me if you want to do a little fundraiser for us. We'd be so grateful. But just give me a call on 252725 and I can help you with any posters or anything that you need. But we'd be very grateful if you would.
The Charity of the Week, brought to you by Kell Properties.